Welcome to another Renegade CEO Podcast, where this week we're going to cover something that is extremely powerful. Very few people are paying attention to it, but it's one of the biggest opportunities that real estate agents, anyone in the home services industry in particular, can have when it comes to generating warm, qualified leads. So you're going to want to stay to the end because I'm also going to provide you an AI playbook, not only on this topic, but also how to actually integrate AI throughout your entire business. My name is Colton. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and before I got into AI and started my AI digital marketing consulting company, I built actually two other 7- and 8-figure businesses. One was in the real estate space, built it at 7 figures, 30 team members, 100 agents. And then later on, I built an 8-figure business broker referral program, had a life-changing exit. And now I'm largely focused on building Ren AI. We have a 3-year game plan to impact 100,000 entrepreneurs to help them go through the transformation of using AI to build their business. And one of the things that we talk about is that you don't have to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week anymore to build a 7- and 8-figure business and wealth over time. You can do that through AI-powered systems. And today we're going to be talking about building a lead generation system, or a component of it anyway, into your business that can change the game when it comes to lead generation. In the past, people used to do Google searches all the time. And the problem that is happening in today's market is things have shifted. And right now, someone in your market is going to ChatGPT and they're typing in things like the best real estate agent in your city, or they're doing that on Gemini or Perplexity or whatever their favorite large language model is. And if your name doesn't come up, you're actually missing out on warm, qualified leads, is because these people are at the middle to bottom of the funnel. They wouldn't be searching for an agent if they weren't looking to hire one. And so most agents are still optimizing for traditional SEO or search engine. AI has changed the game. 82% of America uses AI for housing market information. And what that means is that there's 800 million weekly users, and AI refers leads to maybe 3 or 4 agents. And so if you don't show up, again, it's a huge missed opportunity. And 90% of prospective home buyers and sellers are using AI tools as a form of a search engine now instead of Google. So we have to make a decision and decide whether this is worth us focusing on or not. And if you make that decision, I promise you, you'll see an influx of leads come in that you would never experience before. And so what's really important is to first and foremost know how AI decides who to recommend, okay? AI does not have a brain. It has sources. It pulls information across the web and synthesizes it, if that's how you say that word, into recommendations. So if you want to be recommended, you have to be part of its source. The primary source AI pulls from is Google My Business Profile. It pulls from Google, Zillow, Realtor.com as well, and even pulls content from websites, from like FAQs and YouTube videos. So it's pulling from all of these different things. And if you are a ghost or you're not doing these things consistently, there's no way in hell you're going to show up. And so let's talk about Google My Business as step number 1. So Gemini pulls directly from Google My Business. You'll actually see when you type it in, it will pull in Google My Business map, and it will be searching. And what it's doing, it's looking for specific keywords related to the search. And it will sort things by most up-to-date photos, reviews, updated content. And if your Google My Business is on point, Gemini is going to pull you in. It's one of the biggest opportunities out there. And here's the thing that what people don't realize about Gemini. Because they have such a powerful integration into Gmail, more and more people are flooding to Gemini. And Gemini will always be a big player. And so people think Google's going to die. Google knows exactly what they're doing. They're just changing and shifting with search to Gemini. And so that's a really huge opportunity. Step number 2 is review building systems. So in other words, what you want to do is make sure your Google reviews are on point. They got to be on point. And you got to know how to use AI to get reviews. And the cool thing is that I actually have a workbook that I'm going to provide that's going to show you how to use AI to do a lot of this work and heavy lifting, so you don't have to. So make sure that you stay to the end of this video so you can get access to that playbook. I'm going to provide it to you in a link to be able to literally go through this workbook step by step. FAQs is step 3. FAQs is absolutely huge. Having an FAQs on your website. The reason why is it provides consistent content and it matches largely with the GPT models like to pull in. Number 4 is local market content. where you're giving local information, because this essentially portrays you as an expert. Now, you might be asking, what content should I put out there? What should I talk about? All of that is in the playbook that I provide, but local content is absolutely huge. Things like market updates, neighborhood guides, etc. Step 5 is consistency everywhere. So what is happening is these large language models are doing a reference point. They're cross-referencing your information, and it will, if you don't have the same information or your listing, phone number, website, etc. is out of date, you're going to lose credibility. So you need to have cross-reference information, or you need to have consistency in your name, your email, your phone number, your address, how it all shows up, to make sure that you're going to come across as credible. Number 6 is third-party authority. You need to do a podcast. Hop on with a local vendor partner. Talk about what's going on in the local market. I call this your Dream 100, where you should have a list of 100 people in the home services industry that are attached to the home in some way. Maybe start out with top 10, and work your way up and start doing local podcasts with them. That content will be so powerful for you to be able to bring in, because it's providing something fresh for the AI to crawl and to look for. Okay. Number 7 is YouTube local Q&A videos, simple videos that talk about what's happening in the local market, question and answer. And it's easy to develop these scripts with your favorite large language models. I provide all of the prompts and the different things. And there's a couple other small hacks where you can actually go into each large language model and you can program it to give you what it needs for you to show up. You can actually ask that large language model how it pulls information. If you really want to show up on one of them and hyper-focus on one of them, just follow the checklist that it gives you. So this is what I call the God prompt, where I say, give me the perfect prompt to help me show up on the search engines, or help me show up on your large language model for Gemini when somebody's looking for an agent in, or whatever your industry is. So when this comes together, then what happens over time is you'll start showing up both on search, but also in these large language models, which is really exciting. And this is just one of the many topics that we talk about in the RenAI community, where our coaching program is called Renegade CEO, and where we're trying to stay at the cutting edge of everything that we do. And we don't believe in the traditional way of doing business anymore. We don't believe that working 60, 70, 80 hours a week is the answer. We believe that what got you to where you are is great, but that's not going to get you to where you want to go. And I've experienced that firsthand, is that if you're experiencing a bottleneck right now, it's because you're not getting leverage. It's either in your lead generation, your lead conversion, or putting operational systems in place. So you are not just the only one chasing after business. Or if you have a growing team, if that team is stuck, you got to learn to buy back your time. And the best way to do that is through AI. And so we're always looking for ways to use AI and automation, as well as best practices of building business in our community. And the best way to find out about not only our community and our coaching, but also to install AI, is to make sure that you download the free playbook. It's called the AI-powered 7-figure playbook. It's for entrepreneurs, Renegade CEO entrepreneurs, Renegade salespeople that want to do things differently, Renegade marketers that don't want to be stuck in traditional ways of doing it, but are excited about the new era of what AI can bring to the table. And so with that, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to my podcast, do so now, because I come out with a really powerful weekly topic just like this one, with actionable steps, with a workbook, so you can go implement and take action and not just live in theory. With that, Isaiah Colton, and I hope you have an awesome week, and we'll see you on next week's podcast.
The future belongs to the adaptable.